Congratulations on passing your written examination. Instructions will be verbally provided. Evaluators will keep time for each section and can only answer general questions that do not direct or instruct you in any way concerning this examination. The evaluators are responsible for observing and rating your performance and are not allowed to converse with candidates except to provide a general salutation. You may not observe the work of other candidates. Please do not speak to or assist other candidates during the examination. While you may use the restroom during the examination, please keep in mind that the time will continue to elapse and any instructions you miss will not be repeated. Only one candidate may leave at one time, so please return as quickly as possible. The first section is the pre-examination setup and disinfection. You will have 10 minutes to unpack your general supplies and prepare your work area. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. At this point, the proctor is then going to tell you you may begin. You are going to first take your pre-examination setup and disinfection bag out of the box. Make sure that your lid is closed on the box. Once after your bag is taken out, you are going to take out your EPA and hand sanitizer and place them at the front of the table so that the proctor will acknowledge that you have them. Once after, you're going to sanitize your hands and place on your gloves. Off the table, spray the table down, and wipe the table down with your paper towel. Place your EPA and sanitizer back at the top of the table. And then take out your trash bag and tape, and you can place them in your lap. Open your trash bag. And securely tape the trash bag to the table. Once you have securely taped your trash bag, you're going to then remove your gloves and place them inside your practical bag and place your practical bag inside of the trash bag. Sanitize your hands and raise your hand to be acknowledged by the proctor.
Say it again.
You may begin. Once the proctor tells you you may begin, you're going to take your eyelash application bag out. Make sure that you securely attach your lid. Sanitize your hands before you go into your practical bag. You're then going to take your paper towel out of your bag. Remove your hand sanitizer and EPA to then spray the table down and wipe the table down. You're then going to place that paper towel into the trash can and sanitize your hands. And then take out your dental bib. Place your mannequin head, your small Ziploc with all of your lash contents, your clean and dirty toothbrush holders containing your tweezers, your nozzle wipes, your cleansing wipes, your lashes, and your towel. Last, you will need to take out your paper towels to then cleanse the table at the end. You will then need to discard your practical bag in the trash can and sanitize your hands. Place on your headband onto the mannequin head securely. Take out your cleansing wipes to then cleanse each eye. Please ensure that the cleansing wipe is damp and not saturated with water. Place your cleansing wipe onto the dental bib and then take out your gel pads and tape along with your scissors to cut your tape. Apply your gel pads first. Once you have securely placed your gel pads, you will then take your tape and your scissors and cut it to securely place your tape and secure the lower lash line. Sorry, bottom lashes.
You said that last part again for me?
Once after you have placed your tape, you're then going to take out your isolation and pickup tweezer. Remove one strip of lashes from your lash palette. And either you can place it on the top of your palette, but if you have your additional palette, you can just place that one strip of lashes onto your ceramic palette. Once you have placed your lashes on your strip, you are then going to get your glue ring and adhesive. To prepare to place your 6 classic lashes, 3 per eye, starting at the outer corner, inner corner, and middle. Once after you have placed your last lash, you are going to then do separation from outer corner to outer corner. You are going to separate every single lash, including the ones you did not lash. Once you have completed your separation of every single lash, you are then going to take your glue ring, remove your glue ring from your finger, and place it into your cleansing wipe. Then you're going to take your tweezers and remove. You're going to take your isolation tweezer and remove your top tape first, and then your gel pad. All of these items can be discarded where your cleansing wipes are as trash. Once you remove your gel pad and tape, you are then going to remove the entire strip of lashes and place it into your compiled trash. Then you're going to begin discarding all of your tools, placing your tweezers into your dirty container. Remove your headband. Pick up your mannequin head and hold it. Roll all the contents into the dental bib and place them into the trash. The next section is the blood exposure incident service. Please perform procedure for a blood exposure incident. You will have 12 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 6 minutes remaining. You may begin. Once the proctor tells you may begin, you will take your practical bag out labeled blood exposure incident. Sanitize your hands and place your gloves on. Once you have placed your gloves on, you are then going to remove your mannequin head, hand sanitizer, and EPA. Spray the table down and wipe the table down. Once you've wiped the table down, place your EPA and sanitizer back at the table and your mannequin head. Place your paper towel in the trash can and sanitize your hands. Once you've sanitized your hands, you're going to take out your dental bib and place it under your mannequin head. And place all of your contents of your blood exposure bag onto the dental bib. Placing your biohazard bags out. Your gauze pad. Alcohol wipe. And Band-Aid. Along with your paper towels to then cleanse the table. Once you have taken all of the contents out of the bag, you will need to discard it in the trash can and sanitize your hands. Now you are going to take your gauze pad and apply it to a simulated cut on the forehead of the mannequin head for 10 seconds. After the 10 seconds, you're then going to take the alcohol wipe and wipe the simulated cut. Once after you have wiped the simulated cut, you're then going to bandage the simulated cut. Once your bandage is placed, you're then going to double bag your biohazard bags. Pick up your mannequin head, place it in your arm, and roll all the contents except your paper towel into the biohazard bag. Place the entire dental bib into the biohazard bag. Pick up the hand sanitizer and the EPA. Spray the table down and wipe the table down. You gotta pick the bag up. Once you have cleansed the table, you can replace your EPA and sanitizer back on the table along with your mannequin head. And then place your paper towel and the bag that it came in along with your gloves into the biohazard bag. You will then double tie the biohazard bag, place it into the trash can, and place it into the trash can. You will then need to wait until the proctor acknowledges you. Hold your hand up. Let the proctor acknowledge you, and then you're going to place the bag into the trash can. and then sanitize your hands. This will conclude the blood exposure incident. The last section is the end of examination disinfection. You will have 10 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. You may begin. Once the proctor tells you may begin, you will then take your end of examination disinfection bag out. Sanitize your hands and place your gloves on. A little bug in there. Tell the little bug don't be in our video. Once after you've placed your gloves on, you're then going to discard your mannequin head in the trash can and sanitize your hands. You're then going to pick up your hand sanitizer and EPA, spray the table down, and wipe the table down. Once you have disinfected the table, you're then going to place your sanitizer only onto the table and place all contents into the bag and discard them along with your gloves. Once you have discarded them, you're going to sanitize your hands. Remove the entire trash bag from the table and place it into your kit. Once you have placed your trash bag into the kit, you're then going to sanitize your hands and place your sanitizer into the kit and raise your hand. And that will conclude the practical examination.